Hello, YouTube. Well, it's kind of dark, isn't it? I know. There's nothing I can do about it right now because we don't have electricity. The power went down sometime last night. There is a typhoon here in the country right now, and it seemed to have hit San Pablo City directly. It all happened last night. The winds and the rain started to pick up around 11 p.m. and then it seemed to have hit us around 2 a.m. and left at around 4 a.m. Around 6 a.m. it hit Manila, Metro Manila, and right now it's somewhere north of the Philippines. It caught a lot of people by surprise, especially those who don't really watch the news and who sleep very early. There's a lot of people like that here, especially in San Pablo, where 8 p.m. is already very late for some people. They're in bed by 9 and they wake up, very early in the morning, around 5, 6. And those people, probably slept through one of the worst typhoons the country has had. Of course, if their houses weren't blown away in the process, they probably won't have noticed if they are really deep sleepers. They're probably waking up around the 6 a.m. and wondering, what's going on? What happened to all the trees? Why is it flooded? What's going on? What? So, us, however, me and my wife, we are usually late sleepers. Well, we're sleeping earlier than usual, around 10 a.m. But even then, we knew that there was a typhoon coming. And it was okay because it wasn't passing very near to our town, to our city. So we didn't worry about it too much. I even made a blog entry, text blog entry, my main blog. And I thought that it would pass through the country, south of us, and then it will be over today. Unfortunately, the typhoon changed direction, and it veered northward, and all of a sudden, it was bearing down on us, straight on us. And then we thought, oh my God, what? Our main worry really is that our roof might get blown off. This a rented apartment, and I'm not sure it's constructed really well. Sometimes the roof kind of shakes when the wind's a little too hard, and I think the roof shook a little too hard last night, and it worried us a little bit. Another worry would be the floods. Our house is actually on a dead end. We're on a dead end of a street that's sloping down towards us, so that when it rains, this part of the road usually fills up with water, and it fills up our garage, our carless garage, and our garden. And we've had to put up a kind of a dike in between the garage and our porch so that water won't come into the house. If we didn't have that dike right here, our house would have been flooded, all the stuff here. So I'm still a little bit paranoid because the dike is a little too not too high enough for my satisfaction. So once the weather's better, I'm gonna have to have that dike higher. So far it's doing its job. It's not getting the water in. The water is very dirty. It's full of shit, full of garbage, and I don't even want to step on it unless it's needed, unless it's necessary. And usually in a time like this, especially when our city is hit head on, our power is out for several days, maybe even up to a week. I hope it doesn't get that long for the power to get back, because my work is really tied up very closely with the computer and the internet nowadays. So I really need to have that power back, so that we can continue working and continue earning money, so that we can deal with stuff, you know, deal with this. Right now our garage and garden is still flooded, but the water level is not too high, so it's the winds have abated. The typhoon is far away now, so I'm not worrying too much about the roof blowing off, just the flooding. I'm sure a lot of other places in the Philippines got it worse. Actually, a ship ran aground, large ship with 700 plus people in it, and after being run aground, it sort of drifted and sunk, and so far no people have been found alive yet. So far we've been listening to the radio, AM radio, and I'm thankful that the batteries in it still work, so that we stayed up all night just listening to the updates on the news, where the typhoon is, what's going on outside. So we've been kept up to date pretty much, and the news around the country has been pretty grim. We've been lucky actually here in San Pablo, unlike the other places where it was other places got really devastated, especially Iloilo, especially Romblon, and all the other seaside towns where they suffered storm surges, you know, and people living beside rivers. We still don't know yet, because communications are down, cell phone signals are not always working, and the extent of the damage, full extent of the damage, can't be measured right now. Probably at the end of the day, or maybe tomorrow morning, people would know more exactly what's happened. And for now, I'm just very thankful that nothing bad happened to us here in San Pablo. Seem to be okay, at least in the general neighborhood. No trees seem to have fell, except we don't have power yet, which is really just a minor quibble compared to the problems of other people. We've been lucky this time.
Kaya nga ngayon, dito sa site ngayon, yung pinagkatayuan ko dito, mayroon na kami na-recover ng 2 bangkay dito. Yung problema nga, walang mga identification.
So ilan na ho nare-recover natin bangkay, konsehal? 2 pa lang?
Hello?
Ilan na po ang na re-recover ho nating bangkay, konsehal?
Kahirapan din sa pag-gather ng information kasi kalat kami dito, at saka yung ibang kasamaan ko mayroong mga dead spot, kaya hindi pa namin mag-gather lahat ng mga information.
Ng tawag mula po sa Amerika kay Secretary Jen Teresa, Press Secretary. Sasama po ang ating Pangulo. Nagpatawag siya ng meeting at 12 o'clock, 11:30 Philippine time. Tamang-tama naman po na nagpatawag din si Executive Secretary Ermita at si Vice President De Castro ng NDCC meeting. So mag-hook up na lang po ang Presidente sa ating meeting para mag-meet.
Umapaw na ang ilog dito sa nag-uugnay sa Malabon at nabotas itong ilog dito sa Sipor dahil sa lakas ng ulan at sanabayan pa ng high tide, kung kaya't umapaw ito at baha itong ibang mga lugar na mga mababa dito sa Malabon, partikular dito sa Tugatog at Barangay Longos. Itong harapan ng pagamutang bayan ng Malabon ay lagpas tuhod na ang tubig baha, at dito naman sa Barangay Tugatog ay hanggang Baywang na, kung kaya't wala ng biyaheng Malabon at Monumento.
Okay, bago yan, ay kausap ko pa lamang itong si Commander Wilfred Tamayo ng Philippine Coast Guard.
Anong update sa Coast Guard, boy?
Sila doon sa sitio Kagitangan, sa may itong Sibuyan Island sa Romblon, at nagpadagdag pa sila ng 2 barko para magsagawa nga ng rescue doon sa lumubog na barko. At kaninang umaga, Milky, ay hindi ko na makontak.
Sino yung kausap mo, boy?
Commander Wilfredo Tamayo.
Nasaan siya?
As operation, ongoing yung pag-monitor nila dito sa Philippine Coast Guard.
Hindi siya kasama doon sa rescue team.
Hindi kasama. Tapos, kagabi, Andy, bago mangyari nung pumutok yung balita na sumadsad nga yung barkong MBPC sa The Star sa Sibuyan Island, nakausap ko pa ito si Sebastian Boron, ang Vice President para the Passenger Service. At sabi niya, alas 10 ng umaga kahapon, na nasumadsad nga doon sa malapit sa Sibuyan Island, itong naturang barko.
So, alas 10 ng umaga pa nila natanggap yung report, boy. Bakit ngayon pa lang sila nagpapadala ng rescue? Kung kailan kasagsagan ng bagyo?
Kahapon pa.
Kahapon pa? Pero hindi pa nakakarating hanggang ngayon.
Mahirap daw sa sobrang lakas ng hangin at alon doon sa malapit na lugar. At kausap ko nga kahapon si Lieutenant Arman Balilo ng tagapagsalita ng Coast Guard na nung mag-text kahapon bandang alas 6 pasado. Nung makausap ko naman si Sally Boron, nang tinanggap niya ang ulat ay alas 10 daw ng umaga nang magsimula na sumadsad yung naturang barko.
Talagang nangyari niya, boy, Milky, yung barko, sabi nga ng description ng Coast Guard kanina, si Commander Sumera, ay sumadsad tapos nabutas. Nung mabutas, nagumpisang pumasok ang tubig hanggang sa
lumubog.
Lumubog siya 10 nautical miles, sabi ni Congressman naman, 10 nautical miles kung saan siya sumadsad. So from the time na nabutas, tumakbo siya ng siguro mga ilang kilometro pa yon bago siya lumubog. Naku!
Hindi na sila nakaalis doon, Andy, dahil sa talagang nagkaroon na talaga agad ng engine breakdown yung barko. At sabi nga ni Sally Boron, yung ng Susi Lines, talagang nawala na sila ng kontak kagabi doon sa mga naturang crew ng naturang barko. At ayon nga kay Commander Pedro Tamayo, na dalawa pang barko ang tutulong para magsagawa ng rescue doon sa nabanggit na lugar. Samantala dito naman sa area ng Maynila ay marami na rin lugar ang mataas ang tubig baha. Maging sa area ng Caloocan sa Maypao ay hanggang hita na raw yung tubig pa. At ilan sa mga lugar dito sa may Bayanes sa Flores, sa Caloocan ay malalim na rin yung tubig baha. Magkantabay na Andy dahil patuloy tayo nagmamorte dito kay sa Coast Guard para malaman kung ano yung update.
Boy, pakitutukan natin ng Coast Guard, ha?
Kung anong update sa paglubog ng MBPC sa The Star